And welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a game on Britain apparently. Now I will say this video might be having a lot of breaks in between it, but I do apologise in advance for that. Currently not feeling great, but should hopefully recover soon. But let's get into the game here. If you do like this video, please like, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on. When you do subscribe, it's a little bell that will pop up on the subscribe thing. So once you go onto my channel and you click subscribe, you should see a bell, and turn that on to all, and that's turning on notifications. Thank you. Now, we are going to play as Britain. Here, hopefully. Give or take a bit. That's the idea anyway. So we'll hop into Britain here. We're going to play the basic focus tree here. And the main focus is going to be on the Navy. Here, that's the main purpose of this. But yeah. Should be in a moment here. Also, I was out earlier getting some work done for video tomorrow. And I got home, I was about to film, and I had to go and drop something back off. And so I ran there and ran back, and because I'm not used to running much, and I had asthma as well, a combination of things, including cold weather, is not playing well right now. I'm coughing a lot, and I feel sick, so that's fun. I will be okay, don't worry. It's just a 5, 10, 15 minute thing. I reckon by the end of the day I'll be perfectly fine again. So don't worry. It will be okay. Now, okay. Just randomly picks up a USB device in the background. Don't know why, just did. Right. Trying to keep my voice clear so you guys can hear me, and hear me sort of saying what I'm trying to do. So, this game, obviously, is going to be focused on the Navy. I'm not going to say this is like the proper British Navy game. This is more the British Navy game, so I can show you guys how the new Navy works and sort of explain the system with it. But there'll be a proper Navy game in the future, which will include a proper British game, but that is not today. But it will be at some point that I do that. Possibly next year. But let's get into a little bit of a naval upgrade here. I can definitely tell right now that my voice is not normal. There's like a sort of reverb part to it, which isn't normal. That might be better. That's a bit better. That's good. So we'll do limited rearmament here, just to get us sort of cracking on that element of it, and then we'll do research all here, and that should effectively allow me to move forward. Why is my voice sounding so much like a robot? I don't know. I don't know whether you guys can hear it on camera or not, but to me, there's like a robot-y sort of reverb-ish thing with my voice. I have no idea why it's happening, and it's honestly driving me insane. So that's fun. The answer is not, but what can you do? Here we need to focus on the Navy, obviously, so that's the main purpose of what we're going to do. So obviously we've got naval ships deploying. I haven't got my naval dockyard thing turned on. I should probably turn that on again soon. But let's play the game here, and that way focus is complete in the background. And we're going to focus quite heavily on simply Navy and sorting that out here. So I'll go over to Navy here. What I do like here is that you can still sort of see the visions, but it's like blurred out a little bit, which I think is pretty nice of them to do. obviously we can see here that people have got naval headquarters, which obviously is in London because that's where it's going to be. And you can sort of see they're based in Scapa Flow, which you can probably tell isn't Portsmouth, but you know, it's where their main base is and where their main operations are going to be carried out. And obviously that's the home fleet. And then we got obviously Mediterranean Command and all the other things. Now what I'm going to do here is do special projects underscore research underscore all. So that's just researched all the special projects that you can possibly do. And we'll just quickly accept through them all. So that effectively allows us to have all the special projects now, and we can build whatever we like, whether we like to do it. So that's pretty good. Good to see that one. There's obviously a lot of them, which is fun. But most of them will be built in London. Because there's no other sort of main base for them to be built in, so that's what happened there. We should. I say we should quite lightly here. We should have a brand new carrier in terms of a Habakkuk carrier, at least in deployment here. Would be nice. It should be right down the bottom here. You should see it about nowish. There you go, yeah, you can see it. It's right down the bottom, it's about to deploy. Now, another thing we need here. We've got the new escort carriers, I forgot about them. So we definitely try out some of the more new things here. But I think we first off need to build a super heavy battleship, like that's the main thing we need to do. I think tomorrow's video, I mean, I don't really need to specifically look one way or another at the minute, in terms of, you know, what way we're going to go down or whatever. I can really just sort of go whichever way I feel like, with videos. There's no, you know, I have to do this because of that or whatever. It's more, I want to do that, or I want to do this or whatever. So that's pretty good, to have back in sort of an ability, which I quite like. Also, if you guys don't know, I quite like playing the British Navy. It's quite fun and enjoyable for me. So don't think it's the last time I'm going to do the British Navy, because it's just not going to be. In fact, I'll probably do this more off camera, to be fair. But there'll definitely be another couple of episodes where I do British Navy stuff. And then, you know, with the Germans, it's mainly their tanks that I find enjoyable because they're, you know, historical design. Like, you know, King Tigers or Panthers. But, you know, each country has a sort of thing that they're good at. I mean, Americans is mainly nukes, and I'm going to be honest, I sort of don't find the American Focus 3 fun. I think it could do with a major upgrade. I think it's quite, like, this is my personal opinion. People can disagree with me, and that's fine. I think it's bland and kind of boring. Like, I think if they had a focus tree, you know, more to the fact of something like Germany's, then I think it would be better. Because obviously you have to remember that they're a massive part of the war once they joined it. You know, with Pearl Harbor and all of that sort of thing. And I think acknowledging that some sort is in the focus tree, I think would be a good thing to do. Or maybe they could preemptive strike Japan, like, you know, you have something where you can send an intelligence officer out, they get wind of, you know, the operation about to go down, and then you're able to counter on it before anything actually happens to do with it, which I think would be pretty fun. But yeah, just, you know, the sort of ideas of what could happen or what might happen in the future, whatever. I think US needs an upgrade at some point. And I don't think that's going to happen next year. They could obviously do it in quarter 3 or quarter 4 of 2026, but I feel as if they'll probably do it if they even do it, it'll probably be 27 or 28 before they even think about it. But I think it's necessary to do. We'll build some battleships here, because why not at this point? Why not is because we have a naval treaty. That's why we can't do it. Right. So, as you can probably tell, that's not good. Yeah, well, we'll allow Ethiopia into our territory. We may as well. This isn't going well, considering the fact we've got a naval treaty that means we're effectively screwed. Apologies for the language there. But yeah. Why did it tell me to come in here? Oh, we've got a point to spend. Nice. Yeah. Also, if none of you notice, I try to keep language PG on the channel. Sort of more because, I always said I don't want to go around swearing all the time on this channel, because it's just, it would just make it unenjoyable. And mainly the point of it is I want to make this channel enjoyable. You can just watch it no matter what, whether you like swearing, don't like swearing, or whatever. You can watch this channel and just enjoy it and not have to, have that sort of thing of, oh, does this YouTuber swear, does he not? It's just, you can watch it and not have to worry. Even if you're watching it with your parents, you don't have to worry about your parents coming at you for watching something that's swearing in it, because I just won't. But yeah. Anyway, enough of me explaining things to do with the channel. Let's get into what. How am I supposed to rule the waves? Just asking. Right, okay, so I need to basically build some more capital ships. Well, if I knew that was the case of what I was supposed to be doing, then I can easily do that. It's not a massive issue. I mean, first off, let us withdraw from this treaty now. Or not, because apparently we don't have the political power to do that. Well, let's fix that, shall we? Let us be fixing of that. I think we have political power to do that now. So we are now out of the treaty with all the ships, which is good, which means we can now deploy whatever and wherever we want. And believe me, I'm about to take advantage of that one by building a massive amount of battleships. And I am not about to shy away from the fact that there's about to be a lot of battleships built here. They need building. They're getting built. I'm going to build an awful lot. The fact that we can get it by August 1938, it's not bad. Obviously, it's not great. We'd like it a little bit quicker than that, but I ain't seeing us having an option, which is unfortunate. Does that say 0 and 0, or does that say 0 and 10? It says 0 and 10. Okay, so we'll just let them deploy there in Greater London, and just see what happens with them. What I can say is, some of these fleets, as you can see here, have, more than recommended, I would say, for myself, sets of ships. But let's ignore that for the minute. And let's sort of have a little look at how this sort of works. So apparently, we can see here that it's a shallow sea in the English Channel, because it is. So the sea zone requires at least 150 naval dominance to be considered within friendly control. So effectively, I believe each ship gives off a set amount of naval dominance, and you have to have 150 of it in the English Channel for it to be considered yours, even if you border it, I believe. I think that's how that works. Now, let's have a look at the HMS London here, which is a cruiser I believe it's heavy cruiser. So it has 152 naval dominance. That's its stat. And we can obviously see the stats there on the stats page here. So we can also see the history of it. It hasn't really got a history per se. We can see the terrain, and then we can see the design of it here, which is a county class, which we can upgrade as well here if we wanted to, by, let's say putting guns on it or whatever, which will put some more XP into our nation here. We should back the Turks on that matter. Limited rearmament's done. So we will change it here. I'm gonna get really annoyed in a minute. We'll change it to heavy cruiser battery 4, 5, 4, 4. Okay, why? Then anti-air 3, 4. I'm getting annoyed at these things that are popping up. Do we do sonar or fire control? Because it's a cruiser, I'm gonna do fire control because it's just better. Then radar. Now we've done radar, we're going to upgrade the engine. And now as you can see, every bit we're doing, naval dominance is either going up or down, depending on what it is that we are doing. As you can see, naval dominance is going down here. Because naval dominance, I do believe, is based on maneuverability and speed. So you need to up your speed to be able to do more stuff. So here you can see we've got some float plane thing, which we're going to get rid of entirely here because I don't see the point to it, which might drop us down a little bit, but that's okay. And then we'll put mine warfare in here, which is mine lane rail, so that should do the opposite of what it's done. Not sure why it's done what it has done, but it's okay. And then we'll put heavy cruiser battery on it as well, so 155 overall here. So we'll obviously change the design here. Of this ship, I do believe this is specific to this ship, the design of this. Yes it is. No it's not, it didn't even work. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. I don't even know what that was for. We spent 1 XP point as well on, who knows? Who actually knows what that's for? Oh, that was for making that. Brand new county class. So it did make in the end, which is good. Which is good to see, obviously. But now we need to upgrade the HMS London, which is choosing not to upgrade. I think it doesn't need to upgrade because it's already done it. I really don't know here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. But the design of it is still saying it's got the old design. There you go. That's going to upgrade all the modules. And more effectively is going to put a radar in here. And then we'll replace this with another medium battery, why not? Which upgrades us even more. 263 naval dominance. Right, that makes 100% sense, doesn't it? Like, some of these I don't know how they make any sense, but they just make sense apparently. And then we'll save it. And hopefully that means the design of... I'm getting confused at this point. Like, we're actually spending naval XP to upgrade things, and they're not upgrading. I'm not fully understanding how this works at this point. I'm going to imagine there's now a... yeah. There's now Mark 3 of this. I'm so confused. So we got multiple versions of the county class here, and I don't have a clue. Ships producing, ships doing things, and who else knows what. But yeah, naval dominance, effectively, each ship gives you a set amount of dominance. So let's say a ship gives you 150 dominance. If you have two of them, you get 300. And if the zone needs 300, you put two ships into that region, and it gives you enough naval dominance to own it. But say you need 1,000 naval dominance, you then need to count up 1,000 naval dominance worth of ships, deploy them all into that sea zone, and then you can have dominance there. So that's how I think the naval dominance system works. Give or take me not really knowing whether it does or doesn't work like that, but that's what I think it does. Naval supply hubs, effectively, like a land supply hub, they allow you to expand your range and give you supply, which is quite useful when you're fighting a sea battle. Because say I wanted to go over to the North Sea, just checking that I'm talking about the right sea zone. Sorry, the Eastern North Sea is what I'm trying to talk about. Say I wanted to go over there. I currently don't own any sort of naval bases on that sea, because obviously it's Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, Germany that own naval bases in that sort of region, and obviously Britain does not. But if I had a naval supply hub, then maybe I would be able to get there because I could expand my range of supply. So that's sort of that, and then naval headquarters is where you can assign an admiral, and basically that's your main headquarters for your navy, and you can set one up in, let's say, for a joke, Wales, England, Scotland. I can assign admirals to each of them, and then they can manage, their section of the navy. So like the Scottish part of the navy, the Welsh part of the navy, and then the English part of the navy, for example. When in reality I would probably assign one in London, one probably in Alexandria, and then one either down towards Australia or up towards America or something like that, just so that they can be spread out, and then they can better assign, like they can be better utilized. But yeah, naval system looks fun, interesting, and hopefully enjoyable, and I hope to have a little bit of fun with it off camera and on camera as well, because that's important. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So yes, if you did like this video, please like, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on when you subscribe, so you never miss another upload from me. And I hope to see you all in the next video, which is going to be tomorrow, which I don't actually know what it's going to be on. Let's try and figure that out now, I reckon. I reckon could do a Britain game, but I want to give mods a few days to update before I sort of launch into trying to use them for such a Britain game or whatever. I think best option is probably going back to like Manchukuo or something and doing like a proper run through them, or doing Japan, or maybe even Soviet Union or Sweden, Norway. Who knows? Could do one of them. Should we say tomorrow's going to be a mystery video? Could do that. I reckon tomorrow will be a mystery video. It's just whatever I feel like filming tomorrow, it will be on. I mean, put your guesses in the comments down below. If you get it right, I will give you a shout out. Also, there are shout outs that I promised to do a few videos ago, which will either be done on tomorrow's video or Friday's video. So anyone who has currently put a comment in the comment section for a shout out, I will have a look back through the comments and I will shout you out in the next video. I'll like write it down as well, so I'll make sure to get it spot on. If I mispronounce your name, I apologize. But yeah, I'm going to start doing shout outs towards the end of the videos in these sort of segments here. And yeah, hope to see you all in the next video. Always remember shout outs in the comments down below. And yeah, see you all tomorrow for a Hearts of Iron 4 game on who knows what nation. But you guys in the comments down below, whoever's right gets a shout out. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye for now.